this is Janet with Try It Like It, Create It, and today I'm here with the Gwen Studios design team, and what we're working with is their favorite pack of ribbons, and I am going to make a fairy wand using their embroidered patched stars. And these are available at Walmart as well as all of their ribbon. I bought the dowels there. And so what we're going to do, this is an old technique that I know many of you are familiar with, but what we're going to do is wrap our stick with the ribbon, and then we're going to heat it in the oven so that it curls. But for this particular one, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it and apply glue to the stick because this one is going to remain covered. Okay, so to begin, I'm just going to apply some glue around the outer edge here, and I'm going to start with my ribbon, and I'm going to place it onto my dowel, but I'm going to lead off the top edge and then roll around. Okay, and so getting this attached here at the top with the glue is really important, and I want to make sure I'm covering the entire piece. And this part here really isn't important for the other times that you roll. It's just for this one because we're going to leave the ribbon on the rod. So I am just going to apply a little glue down the stick at a time, and then I am going to wrap and get as close to the other ribbon as I possibly can. Alright, and then we can come back and wipe off that glue as need be. But I really want this one to be nice and tight and close to each other so that the stick doesn't show through. So you can see I have the others wrapped, and I'm using binder clips to hold them in place. Most people use clothespins. I couldn't find mine, so that's why I'm using binder clips. Wooden clothespins would be great. These four are going to go in the oven, and this one is the one that I have glued, and I'm going to set this aside. Alright, so these are done in the oven, and I did 250 degrees for 20 minutes. So I waited for them to cool, so now I'm going to take the binder clip off and just loosen them up a little bit, and then you just slide them off, and you have a curled ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to do that to the rest of these, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm using my Fray Check. And I'm just going to put a small amount here on a piece of scrap paper, and I am going to dip my ends in so that they don't run. Alright, so I'm going to do that to the other colors, and then I'll be back. Alright, so here comes the fun part. We get to put everything together, and so I have, just to group everything that we've done, is that I have my dowel rod that is covered with ribbon, and this one was applied with glue. And just to show you the end here, this is the end that is going to be left raw, and it might trim off just a little bit here, but I did wrap around it to give it kind of a finishing end. Then I have my two stars from Gwen Studios, and these are applique stars. They are iron-on stars, but in this case we're going to glue them for our wand. And then I have my ribbons that we have curled, and I guess people call these corker ribbons. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to take some Fabri-tac, and we're going to glue them around the end of the rod. So I'm just going to put Fabri-tac all the way around the end here, and I'm being kind of generous with it. I may find that I need to actually even add more. But then I'm going to start taking my twirled ribbons and applying them to the outside. So it looks like I'm going to get 2 on here, and then I'm going to have to reapply some glue. Okay, so there's the 2, and then I'm going to go to the opposite sides here, and some more glue here, and some more glue over here. And this, it doesn't really matter what it looks like because it's all going to be enclosed inside our little star shapes. So, all right, I'm going to attach to this side, and the last one to this side. Now the packages of ribbon from Gwen Studio come with a variety of colors. These are just the ones that I picked out. You can pick out whichever color you prefer. All right, so I'm just gonna hold those in place for just a second to make sure that they get grasped. And so you can see here how they hang and dangle, and they look to be almost a little bit longer than the wand itself. And I may just leave it like that, or if you wanted to, you can cut them off to whatever length you prefer. All right, so this is still quite sticky, but we're going to move on to the star. And I am once again going to use my Fabri-tac glue, and I am going to go all the way around the entire star, and then also into the middle, because we're going to have some thickness happening between the star. And so we want to make sure that we get the outer edges glued down well. All right. So I'm going to take the star and put the dowel rod, place it where I want it, into the center. All right, and then I'm going to take my second star and go on top. And now I want to take some time and match up the star shapes around that ribbon. All right, so make sure that your points line up. Squeeze everything together. You don't want it opening up. And this is why I put glue on the entire star, is because I want every point of contact that I can get to stick together. Okay? So just go around, hold it in place for a little bit until the tackiness grabs. And then you're going to want to let this dry thoroughly. Okay? And then check both sides to make sure everything's lined up, because it may look one way on one side and different on the other.